For assignment 1, my chosen topic was self-esteem, and I've created 3 activities that I would do to facilitate self-esteem and positive talk in my group if I were a life coach or facilitator presenting this topic. So my first activity is simply to get people starting to talk, figure things out, maybe have a bit of reflection, all that, is simply a question that I would ask to the group. I'd answer myself and then kind of see where everyone's at in terms of answering the question and, would we go around in a circle? Would people be comfortable enough just to raise their hand and volunteer to go? I guess that would be something you would kind of feel out while you were there. But the questions that I have written down that I would ask were, what's something you've learned from someone in your life that's positive? So I would answer first to kind of set the tone, I feel. And something I've learned from someone positive in my life is from my gran. And it's more to just take like one day at a time. Like, don't worry about yesterday because yesterday's gone. You can't change anything that happened. Can't worry about tomorrow because nothing's happened yet. So just kind of focus on today, focus on here and now, and everything else will kind of, if you do that every day, you won't have too many worries, I guess. And so that's something positive that someone has impacted on me. And then I would kind of pass the torch over to somebody, and if they felt comfortable, they could share. If someone else wanted to go, they could share. I also have a couple other questions in case the conversation isn't as fluid right now, because of course this is more of a warm-up, so people don't really know each other yet. So I also, who is someone you admire and why? So for me, that would also be my gran back home in Ireland. I think she's incredible. She has incredible strength. She's so brave and independent, and she just like always is worried about other people. She takes everything in her stride, and I wish I could be more like her. And kind of go around the room. And then the third question I have written down is a bit more of a reflection question. It's about harder for people to come up with an answer with. It's what's something you love about yourself. And that's always a hard one, even though it's such a simple concept. It's always so hard. Like nobody can ever just off of that kind of say something. But I would ask, and hopefully everyone could come up with one thing, like come up with something. So for me, something I like about myself is I like that I'm a positive person, and I tend to try to bring people up and not drag people down. And I think that's part of me that I like. So my second activity is more of like an arts and crafts situation. Not really, but it's to create like a brochure. So the only thing that we would need would be paper and some coloring pencils, and then like a pen or a pencil to write with. And what you would do is you would fold the paper into a brochure, and then in each part of the brochure we would write something. So I created a little demo. So I just wrote my name. I guess that's backwards for you. Oh, I just wrote my name down, so everyone has to put their name at the front, and then they can decorate it however they want. So I did this camo type thing because I really like color, so I wanted to make it really colorful. And then when you open it up, you have 3 sections, and we're going to write something in each 3 of the sections. So in the first section, it's what is something you physically like about yourself. So for me, I wrote my hair because it's very long and thick, and I love playing with it. In the middle section, you're going to put what's a moment that made you proud of yourself. And so I wrote down a moment that made me proud was when I drove to Prince Edward Island all by myself in my little Chevy Cruze, and I lived there for a couple months. And that made me really proud of myself because even though I didn't stay there, it still showed me that I am independent, I can take care of myself, I can drive across Canada and, well, halfway, and stay alive without constant need for people to be right there. And so that made me really proud of myself. I felt accomplished. And then on the third piece of paper, you're going to write what is something that you bring into a room with you. So no matter what room you walk into, whether it's a meeting, work, here is in the life coach situation, you bring something with you that is unique to you. Not everyone can bring this into a room. So for me, I wrote my positivity and my outgoing nature. I really pride myself on trying not to be, I don't want to say downer, but a more negative person, glass half empty, let's say, type person. I feel like it's really easy to be like that, especially with everything going on with, coronavirus and this and that. It's really easy to just kind of look at the glass half empty. I try to challenge people to look at the glass half full. And I just think it just makes you feel better. I think going through your day is easier like that. So I try to bring that into every room I walk into. So of these 3 sections, you can decorate it however you want. So I decorated this one pink. I decorated this one. I tried to make it like a beach in Prince Edward Island, like with the red sand, the water, and then the sunset. It looks prettier in person. And I just did polka dots with that one. So with this, I'm hoping it would kind of get some conversation going. Everyone's kind of doing their thing. Oh, what did you write down for this? That's really good. And just kind of get a conversation going, and then also just making people realize that like you offer more than you think you do. So once everyone has colored in their things and it's all pretty like everyone wants it to be, we can close them up, and we're actually going to tape them shut. So you also need tape for this activity. Just with a little piece of tape. And so the back is blank. Then we're going to pass the brochures all around. So everyone gets a different brochure. And we're going to pass them all around, and everyone in the group is going to write something positive about each person, which is my name. And it's taped shut, so nobody can see what you've written inside. And what you're going to write out here would be anonymous. And I would let people know that you can write anything you want as long as it's positive. If you want to say, I really like, this about you, your hair is really pretty, something personality-wise that you like about them, even if it's just, I really liked when you shared this in a previous meeting or something like that. I like that you're a friend. I like that you're this. I like that you're that. I like that you buy me Tim Hortons coffee. I don't know. But just something positive. And then they would all get passed around. So by the time you get yours back, this would be full, ideally. And then I'm hoping that people would keep these and just kind of realize that, you do like things about yourself, and you do make yourself proud, and you do bring things into a room. And guess what? People also like things about you. So don't feel so pressured almost to look, act, be anything other than what you are, because what you are is good. So that would be my activity number 2. And then my third activity, which would be kind of more of a closing activity, is I would pass around a lyric sheet of the song, of the song Beautiful Scars by Maximilian. And I'd play it, but people would have the lyrical sheet, obviously, so they can listen and read or just listen, whatever makes people comfortable. And I would ask people to reflect on the song and highlight or make a note of anything that kind of made them feel something. It could be good, it could be bad, just something that made you feel something. And so I did write down a lyric of a song that I heard, and it really kind of impacted me, which was, I've been going way too hard on myself. I guess that's the reason I've been going through hell. And that kind of struck me because as we're thinking about self-esteem in this fashion of, in the tone, sorry, is a better word, of this life skills meeting, is I feel like women and girls a lot, and men too probably, but I really can't speak to that, um, feel like damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation. Like you have to look this way and act this way in order to be attractive or desirable or taken seriously. You need to do this, and if you're anything outside of that, that's not good. And the people who are inside of that are told that you need to be this. So it's like you can never win by societal standards. And it does take a toll on you for sure. Like you're constantly feeling like you need to be something else, something other than you are. And people try so hard to fit into this societal standard, and people die doing it, um feeling like they're not worth it as they are when they are. Like that's why I wanted to do self-esteem, because I feel like self-esteem is such a topic that, even though now is, I feel like, starting to kind of move forward. We have like body positivity, we have this, mental health is starting to kind of come to the forefront of more conversations. It's still something that a lot of people struggle with, and they will struggle with, whether you're a teenager or whether you're, 45 years old, whether you're 60 years old. People always want what they can't have. And so sometimes that bleeds into who we are. And I just wanted my life skills meeting to be a place where I at least can remind you for these 60 minutes, 45 minutes, however long, that you offer something to the world and to this group and to yourself that is good and valuable, and you shouldn't lose it or wish it away, because if you didn't have it, that means it wouldn't be here. And then where would we be? Nobody knows. So those are my 3 activities for my assignment 1. Thank you.